Winter has finally arrived for us, and so I'm filming it inside today. It is pretty cold and wet outside, and it is such a beautiful change. I feel that this change is just deep within my soul, within my cells, within my bones. I just feel the shift, and it is amazing. It truly is an amazing time to be here on earth and just experiencing this change in weather and this change in myself is just so profound. It is insane. It's such a special time, and we are so lucky to be part of this spiritual awakening. We're shifting into the new earth. 3i Atlas is going to be soon very close to Earth, which will be on the 19th of December. And yeah, it's a special time. So I hope you can feel it and just go deep within your heart. That right now is the most beautiful place you can be, expanding your heart, meditating, and just open your heart so you can receive all the frequencies, all the vibrations that we're going to be receiving and that we are receiving at this very current time. So last time I was meditating and I felt that this message needed to come through. I asked my angels and my guides because I felt that I wasn't trusting myself enough. I wasn't trusting myself to be creative, to have this online platform, to share the messages that I receive from the spiritual realm. And there was just no trust. And I was like, what is this? What is this feeling? Why am I having these thoughts? And I felt that something needed to come through. And the message that I received was a call to be creative and to trust guidance of higher realms. That was the message that I received. And I just sat with this. So I know that I never thought myself as a creative person. So that's definitely one that I need to work on, to just believe, that I can be creative, I can have this online platform, and I can be the most authentic person that I can be. And so the other one was guidance of higher realms. And I was like, wait a minute, because the thing is that I wasn't trusting myself. So I was digging deep and I was reading the Bible. And at some point, I got this message and I looked on Proverbs 3, verses 5 to 8. And I'm going to read this for you. Trust wholeheartedly in the Lord. Put no faith in your own perception. In every course you take, have him in mind. He will see that your paths are smooth. Do not think of yourself as wise. Fear the Lord and turn your back on evil. Health giving, this to your body, relief to your bones. And I was like, wow, okay, this is a very deep-rooted message here. Because it's basically telling you not to have faith in your own perception, not to think of yourself as a wise person, but to have trust and belief in God and only in God. And, I started thinking about this and I did a lot of research and I found, pretty good stuff there, because we are all parts of God. It's like we're all little fragments of his heart. And that's why we come with love. You know, we have this emotion of love. We are supposed to share love. And it was so profound that I thought that I wasn't trusting myself. But really, what was happening is I wasn't trusting God, the one infinite creator, you know? And I realized that He is the one who knows best for me. He's the one who is putting me on this journey, you know? I I truly believe that I did agree to come to earth, but the Lord asked us to come for this greatest awakening, you know, to help in this shift. You know, those people who are following these messages or who are receiving messages themselves, you know, we are all part of this great awakening. And I wasn't wholeheartedly trusting in the Lord. And after I, you know, did research on this and sat with myself, you know, just praying and meditating, trying to understand, that's when I realized it's so true. I wasn't just surrendering to Him. And that's what I should have been doing. And I feel so complete, you know, finding this message. I truly feel complete. And maybe this was a message for some of the viewers to hear or to understand, but for me, it was definitely a deep-rooted message, and I just wanted to share that. It's so funny. This week, I was at work, and one of my colleagues was saying, you know, I fear nothing in this world. I'm scared of nothing. Only one thing I am scared of. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, I fear death. I am scared to die. And I was actually surprised because this guy, he's a big guy, you know, he's a joker. And you just wouldn't think that he would be that type of guy that would say, oh, I'm scared of death, you know? And I was like, wow, you know, this is something deep. And so I just was thinking about it, and I was like, no, for me personally, this is my, you know, personal thought. I am more scared of the way I will die instead of just dying because, you know, suffering is not a nice thing, you know. You don't want to suffer just before your death, but dying for me is surrendering to all. You know, it is going back home. Going back home and going back to the infinite creator of all, you know. And I think that is so beautiful because although this experience, this school experience, earth experience, I call it school experience, we're all here to learn, you know, we're all here to learn and to burn old karma and to help with this great awakening, this great shift. But it's not all easy. It is, you know, you go through suffering, you go through hurt, you go through anger, you go through a lot of different emotions that you have to deal with as a human being. And once you leave this earth, you are rid of all of that, you know, and I think that is such a beautiful experience. It is all part of school, Earth School, they call it. So it's so funny, you know, how we all have our different thoughts, our different experiences here on Earth. We all are going through our own experiences, and our different journeys. And it is so beautiful. We tend to be the first to criticize each other. Unfortunately, we do. But it is so beautiful just to notice how different we are, and we all come from the same creator, but we are so different. Everybody has different beliefs, different cultures, different upbringings. It's insane, but it's so beautiful at the same time. And this is what I noticed this from my colleague, like how beautiful it is that you get to understand yourself through other people's visions, through other people's thoughts. If only we can give a chance to that. And yeah, so I think we all should just share the love. Just share the love, share the light, and be part of this great awakening. Open up that heart space, welcome all that is, and trust in the Lord, because He is the one who knows best. He is the one who is navigating us in this journey. So if you like this message, give it a like or subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching. And the light in me always greets the light in you.